And turning now to the Philippines, where anger over a massive corruption scandal has spilled dramatically onto the streets of the capital, Manila. On Sunday, what began as one of the Philippines' largest anti-corruption rallies in recent years descended into chaos outside the presidential palace. Masked protesters slammed steel barricades. There were rocks flying toward police shields, and tyres were seen burning on the streets of Manila. Many of the masked demonstrators carried not only the Philippine flag, but also banners from Japanese manga One Piece, a striking echo of the anime imagery used in recent protests across Indonesia, and a reminder of how young protesters are blending pop culture with political defiance. Police unleashed water cannons and flashbangs, and protesters hurled rocks, makeshift barricades, and even Molotov cocktails. Security forces locked down the presidential palace as plumes of black smoke rose from burning cargo trucks that were used as barricades. The clashes left nearly 100 officers injured, and dozens of protesters were led away in handcuffs. Authorities later confirmed that more than 200 arrests, including 88 minors, was among them, and one was a boy who was just 12 years old. Elsewhere in Manila, the larger demonstrations were peaceful. Tens of thousands marched with placards reading, "Stop flooding us with corruption," and calls to hold people in power accountable. Church leaders, students, flood survivors, all rallied against an alleged scandal over bogus flood control projects.
I feel bad that we wallow in poverty. We lose our homes, our lives, and our future, while they rake in a big fortune from our taxes that pay for their luxury cars, foreign trips, and bigger corporate transactions.
The scandal has already toppled the leaders of both houses of Congress, including President Marcos Jr.'s own cousin, Martin Romualdez, who until last week served as the Speaker of the House of Representatives. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has backed the anti-corruption protests while urging Filipinos to remain peaceful during the demonstrations. The Department of Finance has estimated the Philippine economy lost up to 118.5 billion pesos, or $2 billion from 2023 to 2025, due to corruption in flood control projects. Greenpeace has suggested the number is actually closer to $18 billion. Now that number hits especially hard as Filipinos brace for the impact of yet another super typhoon, which made landfall in Calayan earlier today. The Philippines is battered by up to 20 storms a year. Effective flood defenses mean that corruption isn't just about lost money, it's about lives washed away. Police say they are still sorting through who was a part of the peaceful marches and who joined the masked clashes. But the imagery, young Filipinos masked, waving anime flags against water cannons, has already become the symbol of this turbulent weekend. As night fell, the rallies thinned. Smoldering tyres and smashed windows marked the path near the palace. The Marcos government has promised deeper investigations, both into the corruption scandal as well as Sunday's violence. But for many Filipinos still living under the threat of floods and promises of rehabilitation, the question remains whether this anger will translate into reform or not.
Firstpost now available in 9 languages on YouTube. English,
At $36 trillion.
French,
Le FMI, comme
German,
Geschäftsführenden Direktoren,
Hindi,
$30 trillion का कर्ज हो
Indonesian,
Pemerintah tanpa pemeriksaan.
Italian,
Sekali radikali.
Japanese,
40兆ドル以上も
Portuguese,
por causa do próprio balanço patrimonial.
Spanish.
Beautiful bill.
Go to Settings, click on Audio Track and select a language of your choice. Be the first to know what's happening around you in your first language. Firstpost.